now beaming into NerdFT Radio.
This is NerdFT Radio, where nerds full-time, explorers of the metaverse, surfers of the blockchain, and not in our mom's basement. I'm your host, RSG, a.k.a. the Dolphin Whisperer, and I'm here with Crypto Crier, a.k.a. the Camp Master. Crier, I haven't seen you in like a fortnight.
Fortnite, bro. Come on, man. Been slacking.
You got my joke there, Fortnite, because we're going to talk about Fortnite today.
Oh, that was good. That was great. I got it.
That was phenomenal. That was good. All right,
that was almost
let's
as good
go
as my dad
into
jokes.
it. Dude, I don't know about that. Your dad jokes are pretty ferocious. So we're here. We're back. We had a little hiatus is what we'll go ahead and call it. The news hasn't been popping lately, so we finally got some news to talk about, some things to talk about in the metaverse, in the blockchain, in Web3. And why don't we start with the most important one? It turns out crypto might not be dead after all. And Crier, you're here to talk to us about this. So what the heck is going on with Bitcoin? Why the heck is Blackrock involved? And why is the earth about to blow up?
Absolutely. It looks like, we didn't die. We've had SEC throwing lawsuits at Coinbase and Binance, getting everybody scared as hell. And then 2 weeks later, they're like, haha, JK, we're just trying to get everyone to get cheap Bitcoin before we allow BlackRock, Whispering Tree, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, and I think one other company apply for a spot BTC ETF, which is just pretty much just asinine. It's just so funny to me that people are, again, Bitcoin wasn't named in the SEC stuff, but again, it was definitely a stab at the whole ecosystem.
Oh yeah.
Coinbase has very vocally, ever since that day, they've been pushing ads on Twitter. They're saying how it's all corrupt and essentially we need to get our shit together. And so I'm very excited about this stuff. Now this is the time that we've been waiting for. It will be traded as a commodity. We'll get more volatility into the space, most likely in the upwards direction, because guess what? There's only 21 million Bitcoin and we got $32 trillion worth of deficits to fill. What are your thoughts?
Listen, the funny thing about it is, like you said, they FUD it. They talk bad about it. In the last 2 years, it's just been, let's say a year with FTX, with it being a security, NFTs are securities, this and that, and we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, to then it's actually what we all said from the beginning, where for the last however many years this earth us as humans have been around, the ones in power, if they see something they like and they weren't first adopters to it, they always FUD it. Then later on say, oops, we messed up at the last second, like a buzzer beater. So that allows them to go ahead and purchase at a lower price.
They skip the 10 years of buying early and enjoying the tech just to load up their bags right before they go to the moon. They picked a great time.
It's funny.
We got about 7-8 months until the next halving event. Was it end of January? They got 6 months to load up. My thought process here, there already are ETF. Sorry, they're not spot. They are like grayscale offerings. They have huge premiums that aren't worth anything. They have an insanely high upkeep fees of 3%. Do yourself a favor, if is this something that you're interested in, just buy regular Bitcoin from Coinbase and keep that instead of letting BlackRock steal even more of your money. That's my thought process. But the idea is they're getting some traction here. Bitcoin's up like 15% in the last 2 days since the announcements. Awesome. It's going to be good for that. I think it's something that I still think that we have some retracement. I think it's going to be Crab City. We've already hit like upper 30s and retraced before. This is definitely something where it's a shift, right? This is the first time. And again, it hasn't been approved yet. That's number one thing. BlackRock has a 99.8 approval rating on their ETFs, though.
Do we know what the ones that got declined were?
There was one out of 575 applications has failed. I'll check out which one it was.
Let's see what it was. But
yeah,
listen, at the end of the day,
I'll start ranting.
At the end of the day, how I look at this is an opportunity for those individuals that how we talk about a Coinbase, how we talk about Robinhood. This is an opportunity for the common person that's not in crypto, not in the blockchain, not in Web3 to go ahead and dip their toes into something. And now they're going to have that security factor of it. If it's obviously through Blackrock, it's a ETF, etc. So this is going to allow people to feel more secure. And unfortunately, they're going to learn more about it later on and be like, oh, crap, why did I buy this? And then that's when they head over to NerdFT Radio. That's when they head over to NRN. That is when they head over to Twitter to find out how the heck to do the other stuff, the MetaMask of the world. Maybe even let's go to level 2, the Coinbase of the world. Then we go to step 3, your own wallet, etc. So this is a good stepping stone, a good move for mass adoption as a whole. In the entire of the space, and not just the crypto side. It's going to only affect us as well on the good side, hopefully on the NFT side, as well as the blockchain and gaming, Web3 as a whole. It should be pretty interesting to see. Obviously, this is going to take a very long time, and like you said, it does have to get approved. And with those numbers you're throwing at me, Cry,
this is apparently it was one in 2014. They just said it was opaque and it was non-transparent, is what they said. It was for, I can't even see which one it was for here, but whatever that is. But essentially, they have a really good track record. Literally, as soon as they filed, every other bank / financial asset manager in the large one in the U.S. literally within a day is, we're doing an ETF also. I pretty high confidence this will probably go through. There's a ton of other countries already have it. Canada already has a spot ETF. Australia already has a spot ETF. I think Europe already has one as well. So I definitely think these are something that should have been done a long time ago. Bitcoin already trades as a commodity. It's already been deemed a commodity by the SEC. What's holding him back? It's been ridiculous that Grayscale already have tried to do this and was denied. I think 2 years ago, I believe. That was one of the big, we're going to 100K news events, I remember, because they got denied in the high 50s, I believe, with Bitcoin. I do think that this is something where this is, again, so something that gives more exposure. People will now see it if it is approved. All the large baby boomers hold all the money. 70% of all wealth in America is by older people who don't understand a lot of the intricacies of cryptocurrency or computers or stuff like that. I do think this is something that can just be like, oh, BlackRock offers it. They hold $9 trillion. They probably know what they're doing. Get charged those ridiculous fees, and they get to get exposure to Bitcoin now through their traditional money funds. So yeah, I think it's a good move. We'll see how it plays out. Volume's up. Bitcoin's up.
Bags are up. Volume's up. We're going to the moon. All right. Last thing I'll end on this segment will be that Jerome Powell says crypto appears to have staying power as an asset class. That's what we're gonna put on a t-shirt. That's what we're gonna tweet. And that is the only thing in the tweet. We are here
to do that statement because it's directly against, he's not saying Bitcoin, he's saying crypto as a whole. You're right. So, SEC's slamming down on all this shit with Jerome Powell saying it's doing well. I think he also said stable coins should be treated like real money. So that's huge boon to Circle. USDC, I saw a study not too long ago. Since the announcement of all these crackdowns, everything like that over the past couple of months, USDC has had 17 or 18 billion dollars withdrawn from like the total of it, and USDT is up that same amount, 18 billion, which is insane because USDC is like fully backed, constant approvals. USDT is like opaque as hell, constant shady shit going with Bitfinex. So again, I'm not a huge fan of stablecoins either. I think the purpose of crypto is to be a currency, not a store of value. So I prefer to hold it in crypto. But if you're going to choose one of the lesser evils, USDC is definitely the one to choose over those two. But yeah, so good things. We're not dead.
Crier. Crypto has staying power. Crypto has staying power. Put that all over. Tattoo that on your ass. The whole thing. All right. So let's dive into a little bit on the Web3 side of things, as well as even gaming, not just Web3 gaming. We're going to talk about Web2 gaming. When I talk about Web2 gaming, I'm talking about Fortnite. We're circling back to my incredible 10 out of 10 joke at the beginning of this podcast. What is going on is Nike. We know that company, the one that's super famous. They have their swoosh, which is the platform that allows you to get it's like your ENS. You have it. You're also able to get like shoe drops and all these digital assets through Nike's portfolio. If it's shoes, if it's shirts, if it's whatever, but it's going to be Nike's side. Now, what's going on here is that the swoosh team and Epic Games, which is Fortnite, have teamed up and pretty much are having a full virtual experience for those that play Fortnite. So what you're actually able to do is any Fortnite player who visits the virtual Air Max theme island for 10 minutes or more will receive the Air Max 1 1986 back bling digital sneaker. The crazy thing about this is it's not Nike specific, like obviously it's Nike specifically partnering with Fortnite, but it's swoosh, the like the platform teaming up with Fortnite. So it's the Web3 side of Nike teaming up with Fortnite to offer a virtual experience that will reward players with digital sneakers. That is insane. That is over do you know how many people still play Fortnite, Crier?
I'm insane amount.
240 million. It's a lot. Additionally, players who link their Epic Games and Nike accounts while in the Airphoria is what they're going to call it.
Airphoria.
Airphoria is available. Will be able to claim an achievement
That's the name of the
on .swoosh. Achievements cannot be traded or sold and do not have any monetary value. So that achievement,
it's going to be like the gamer score of Xbox. Now you have a .swoosh
and
that
maybe
holds all your
that allows you
like that.
to. Here's the thing about achievements, and this is where I believe hopefully an Xbox, a PlayStation, Switch, etc. go this route. And we've already seen this with POAPs. We've already seen this with blockchain technology, with NFTs, when we go to Art Basel, when we do all these stuff. If you have set achievements, that gives you an opportunity to do something that others that don't have the achievement aren't able to do, and you're able to do it. So maybe going on this and having that achievement later down the road, there's a sneaker drop on .swoosh, and the only individuals that are able to get it will be those people. Maybe down the road, there's another partnership, same exact two people. And because you had that achievement, you were there the first time, you're going to get double or something exclusive that anyone that shows up for the second time around wouldn't get because you were at both of them, etc. There's a lot of really cool things. And of course, when it comes to the blockchain, and if this is actually embedded in the blockchain, it's going to allow companies like Nike, Epic Games to get a lot more data on the sense of who's doing it, how they're doing it. This is the crazy part about what blockchain can bring to all these companies. It's not just like an email list or they logged in, etc. It's like
they click the link in the email. Now you can see that they've transferred this item to these people. They've connected to this different accounts. They've now partnered with EA and Epic Games. So now there could be some cross. Now you can bring your 1986 shoe Air Force Ones into
Madden
or
FIFA,
whatever.
Soccer FC or EA FC. I don't remember what it's called. We don't say FIFA
whatever.
Anymore, okay.
These are just two very large collaborations that I think, and again, we talk about this a lot, where the power of Web3 is just a collaboration of all these companies to cross promote your product between other people that might not wanted it previously, but now are like introduced to the ecosystem. Are like, wow, I actually do like these. This is something I actually enjoy. A lot of Fortnite players may not have been big shoe people, but now they're like, oh, actually, I really like them. I like them for my Fortnite characters. Maybe again, this is not like directly, you're not gonna be able to put them on your Fortnite characters right away, but this could lead to that down the road. I do think there's a lot of potential.
Yeah, at the moment, of course, it is the backpack bling. So you're just going to have the shoes on your back. Maybe down the road, it's more customizable. Again, the only thing you're able to do on Fortnite, if I'm not mistaken, is your backpack, your pickaxe, and your outfit. Am I missing something? I think it's those three things. Maybe down the road, they go into the more customized aspect. You're absolutely right. A glider as well. So there's four things. So maybe later down the road, mask, torso, legs, shoes. They get a little bit more on the customized size because, again, there are people that play games that spend hours without actually playing the game and they're customizing their player. A lot of people love that aspect of video games and they want to look the way they want to look. And with these assets,
Counter-Strike players buying skins for Counter-Strike for $2.5 million. Why is that happening?
Exactly.
People like it. They spend
people
a lot of time on it. So
people like it. They love it. That's what they listen.
That's something we bring about with Web3 in general too. That's why all these games aren't that great or eye capturing right now. It's because they're just not that. They don't spend a lot of time on them. Look at something like Fortnite. Everyone spends. A lot of people play it. You said 240 million people. Out of all those people that are actually playing, there's a lot of people who spend like a serious amount of time on it. They like to have their disposable income that they can spend on stuff inside the game. And now Nike can get all of the data to share with EA Sports.
Data.
I mean, there's just like a lot of 100%. It's a win-win for both, right?
Everyone.
And again,
absolutely,
these aren't directly like NFTs. This is just the first tests of this system. I guarantee you, they will go down that pathway. Probably not within a year or two. Absolutely. They've been making pretty big strides on the .swoosh ecosystem, and I think it's a great move. So hats off to them.
Listen, what's about to happen is all of you listening, including myself and Crier, we need to go on Fortnite this weekend.
All 8 of us.
We need to get on. It's 9, but that's fine. We have to get the achievement, and we have to get ready to go because I really do believe that this achievement, not that many people are going to take serious, and not that many people are going to connect both accounts together to get said achievement. And this achievement later down the road will get you something because of it.
I like it. What's next?
All right. So the next thing I want to talk about, listen, I'm not the biggest Yuga guy. I know you have a little bit of Yuga exposure. I have none, and I have had none since I saw Bored Apes go from 7 ETH all the way to 20 ETH, and that was in my early days of Web3. But we do have some Yuga news. Actually, I'm lying over here. I played Dookie Dash like a freaking madman for a little while. We have some news. How do you pronounce this, Crier? What's this?
It's supposed to be saying heavy metal, HV.
Heavy metal forge, build, flex, fight, evolve. Season 1 begins June 29th. I just said a bunch of words, and the only thing I understood was season 1 begins June 29th. So, Crier, please explain to me what the hell this is.
Yeah, so we don't know really too much behind it. They released like a 45-second like little clip of the gameplay. Looks like it's going to be like a Clash of Clans style or that kind of builder game. It looks like to me. I would say with Animoca being a large person in their ecosystem that it's going to be a mobile game or just a browser game that's going to be very simplistic, but they're introducing a lot of social features, which I think is like their whole goal, right? People can. That's one of the biggest things that they've made. Or again, with Dookie Dash wasn't the greatest game ever. It was fun. It had like a little bit of arcade feel, but a ton of people played it and they got a ton of traction because being social aspect of it was huge. I get to flex with my friends because I got 1.5 million points and you got 70. Great job, Austin. I think that aspect was this, again, a probably very similar approach. There's going to have like daily leaderboards and you get to vote on what you think the person should be in lead. And those get you items and stuff like that to then use. Again, there hasn't been a lot of information released about it, but I do think it's something that is cool. There's been a ton of backlash on it within the ecosystem.
You guys getting whacked the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, they've been definitely getting a lot of negativity on that side. And I do think it's because it's more of they're like fragmenting their whole ecosystem, right? Like it's not about the ape or not about the thing. And now it's like the Legend of Mara is coming out and that's going to be the other side land. And it's not really your ape could be a coda or whatever. There's a lot of like intricate parts into it now. I've seen from the Yuga Maxis, they seem pretty interested in it. But again, until we see the gameplay, I'm sure a bunch of people were saying a bunch of shit about Dookie Dash before it came out on the gameplay aspect of it, and everyone ended up liking it a lot. So I don't think it's meant to be like, oh, it's going to be a game-changing thing of everything, but they're just providing something to a little mini-game thing. It's probably going to have great rewards, I guarantee it. I'm sure one of the fucking rewards going to sell for a couple $1 million to some random guy.
Ready for it.
Yeah, so you better get ready to put some time in to claw those leaderboards if that's something you want to do. You got the skills for it. So
I will say on the side of just like looking at the trailer and thinking or trying to predict what it's gonna be, I'd be just from the graphics and whatnot and what type of game it looks like. I really do think this is gonna be a mobile game. I really do think they're gonna go the aspect of download in the app store, etc. Not just go on your computer and play. And if they go that route, maybe there's a way where anyone can play. That's the thing that a lot of people aren't realizing. I know that we played. You remember when we had Cool Cat tournament with Gamey, where even if you didn't have a Cool Cat or Cool Pet, you could still play that said game that brought people in. Like, oh shit, what is this? So if there's a way for Yuga to do that, because obviously on the Dookie Dash side, you had to have an asset, you had to have an ape, you had to have a
or just access to someone to have
or an access to allow them to play. Now, as much as that was awesome, and like you said, Dookie Dash at first was like, what the heck, it's such a boring game, but does it matter if it's not an incredible game like freaking GTA 27 or Zelda 80, like the freaking future of Zelda or anything like this, where everyone's, oh, we need massive graphics, we need this, we need that. If the game is replayable and people are having fun, let's get
people are talking about it. That's what they're doing. We're in that stage of they're using their time and building games that are pretty much just like ad campaigns, essentially. Dookie Dash was an extremely successful ad campaign for Yuga. Again, didn't bring in a ton of
came into it.
A lot of Twitch streamers coming in to compete. I'm better than you. So I do think that I'm sure they're going to try to tackle that again. And again, it does say leaderboards, all that stuff. So I do think it's going to have a very similar approach.
Same exact. Again, I really do hope anyone can play though.
Leaderboards and like that. Yeah, and we'll see what happens. I don't know if you're going to be just like anyone be able to play again, because I think the heavy metal, those are NFTs.
The thing though, like I get that, but here's the thing for me is allow people to play, and it's not like points that you're just gonna get. If you have the actual NFT, you're gonna get points. You're getting on the leaderboard, but allow them to have 3 that like anyone can use.
See if it's worth buying to you.
It's 3 that you can that anyone can use, and that allows you to test it out. And if you enjoy it, then you would go and buy it. That's the issue for me on the Dookie Dash
try before you buy type deal.
You imagine those people that weren't able to play the game because they didn't have a friend that would give them access. And also it takes the security aspect of it, and people aren't like, who the heck is this? Why should I give them access to my ape and stuff like that? On this side, even if there's just like one little trial dummy NFT, it's just a practice run. You play and you're like, oh shit, I can see myself playing this game a bunch. Obviously, there's going to be people who are going to say, just go on Twitch or just go on Twitter or just go on Instagram or just go on, what's the new streaming platform everyone's using now? I already forgot what it's called. The one that gave that dude like 200, Kick, that gave that dude like $200 million for 2 years or some crazy shit. Or excuse me, $100 million for 2 years. That's a $50 million contract. Not even LeBron James is making $50 million. Just wanted to say that.
Not
you
can
go
athlete.
Crazy. You're insane. What's going to happen here is you can go to these streaming platforms and watch videos of, let's say, Crier playing the game, and you're like, oh shit, I love this game. This sounds like I should do it, and you're gonna go and buy it. For me personally, it's like going to the store and touching the object that you're going to purchase. It's a little different if you're the one, like, you try it out and you, not just you watching someone else do it.
You actually see the gameplay if you like the feel of it.
Exactly. So hopefully they allow people just to play it. I'm not saying leaderboard. I'm not saying you get rewarded, but it allows you to at least try it out, little sampler package. And then you're like, oh shit, I want to go ahead and buy it. Listen, Dookie Dash, I freaking wanted an ape after buying it. I'm like, dude, I want a freaking ape. Unfortunately, apes are like 45 freaking ETH, so no
40.
thanks. 40. Ooh, going down. Maybe it's time to buy one soon. Who knows? Probably not. Now, Crier, do you have this NFT that everyone's talking about? This heavy, what is it again? Heavy metal?
Heavy metal. I think I do. I think I have one. I think it came with.
We have one. Okay.
Other side.
It came with the other side. It came with the other side. You're able to grab it. Now you're going to be able to play. So we will be reporting back on the Crier side of things to see what heck this is, as well as Nate, Grow, and a few others that have some in the ecosystem of Yuga Labs. And we'll see if, hey, maybe NFTs aren't dead. Hey, crypto's not dead, but NFTs, at the moment at least, still seem a little dead, except freaking checks. But that's besides the point. Everything else is just dunzo.
Pudgy's up to 5 again.
Really? Why?
They had their expo in Vegas. They had a huge reception there. They had a lot of talk of the town at the expo, Vegas Expo, which again, it's not NFT focused. It's just any IP and branding.
4.73, but you're close to 5. Yo,
yeah.
The floor penguin. Wow, crier.
What's up? You gonna buy it?
I'm not spending 4.8 ETH on something right now, but this second penguin, I would buy it in a heartbeat. And the floor one, I would buy in a heartbeat. If
Are you on like OpenSea or you on
no,
Blur?
just OpenSea, regular OpenSea.
Oh my god! So
the first,
not before actual.
No, I'm not looking at listen. It's the guy with the cowboy hat and the Viking hat. Those two look phenomenal. I would definitely buy one of those penguins. I love Viking stuff, so that'd be pretty cool. But outside of that, crier, did you go see Flash?
I did not. I was camping.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you're camp master, so you had no technology at all. All right, so I will do the review without spoiling anything. I gave this a 7.6. I also ranked this under... This is under Black Adam. Black Adam, for me, was better. There's incredible scenes in this movie. It at times felt a little slow. That's funny because it's The Flash. It's actually pretty funny. That's another really good joke. I'll give it like a 9.7 out of 10 on the joke scale. And the last thing I did want to mention is it absolutely tanked. It got a 97% audience score and around a 66 critic score. 97, so it did really good there, but no one went to see it. They were expecting to make the first weekend like 300 million. I think they made like 150. Like, it was bad. And obviously the reason for it is, number one, not a lot of press tour. Why can't they do press tour? The lead of the movie is a kidnapper, slaps random women in the face at bars, and he just does crazy shit all the time. And it's pretty hard to have a press tour with a guy like that. So that's number one. Number two, Ezra Miller doesn't know how to run. And it pisses me the hell off that our Flash doesn't know how to freaking run correctly. That's more of a personal thing on my side. And number three, we're resetting the DC comic universe, and this movie is not going to matter when the reset happens. So a lot of nerds that were going to go see it, they knew that Ezra Miller, it was a really long movie. They're like, you know what? We'll wait till it's HBO Max.
I saw a bunch of people talking shit about, was it Reeves or in it? It was like, what was it? There was something where he was like,
the first ever Superman, right?
Yeah.
So the first ever Superman, I forgot his name, Christopher Reeves. What happened with him? Here's the story. It's the multiverse. It's the multiverse in Flash. He's running. He sees other universes. One of them was him. And everyone's upset about this small little cameo. Sorry for the spoiler, guys, but yes, there's just a little thing. He's not like a massive person in it. You just see him. The whole issue with what happened with him was that he became Superman. And because he was Superman, no one in the industry of Hollywood would hire him for anything else because he was Superman, which then led to him, I think, killing himself, if I'm not mistaken. That was the whole route of it. And people are saying, how could you do that CGI AI to go ahead and make his face or put him in a movie without his consent, even though they're like, literally, they showed all these cameos to be like, wow, this is the legacy, all this and that. And people are taking it the other way. Like, they're doing bad for showing all these incredible actors and actresses from the past. But it's just, I personally think it's ridiculous. And it was a really nice, like, homage to all the old Batman's, I almost said Spider-Man, Batman, Flashes, Supermans. Who else did we see? There's actually a really good Superman cameo, one of the Supermans that in the past that was freaking phenomenal. Won't ruin it because that's probably the best thing out of the whole. No, there's one other scene that was really freaking good, but like that little, when this person came up, the cameo, I was like, no fucking way they just did that. So that was number 2 on the list. There's one other scene that was phenomenal there. And I have to say this right now. We did see the best live action Batman we've ever had in Ben Affleck. So I just want to let everyone know that at the totem pole of Batmans, it's always going to be Ben Affleck until we get someone new. And at the bottom of it, it's always going to be Christian Bale. I don't hate Christian Bale. He's just a really bad Bruce Wayne in Batman. Were the movies phenomenal?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I'm Batman. No, that's where we're going to leave it. And I'm talking strictly to FUD and my friend Akil, by the way. You two, if you're listening to this.
I was looking.
Christian
is it the
Bale
yellow background
sucks.
with the blue shirt and the Viking helmet and the cute eyes? That's the one you're talking about?
That penguin.
Oh, that's cute shit.
Money. That one and the cowboy with the scarf. Funny as hell. All right. Flash is out. Go see it or just wait till HBO Max. And the last thing I did want to leave off with this episode is Secret Invasion, the Nick Fury led Marvel show. It is out now. Episode 1 is out. It's on Disney Plus. Go see it. This whole
Go watch Righteous
show.
Gemstones.
Ooh, what's that?
You ever seen that?
No.
Oh my god, it's like one of my favorite TV shows. It's on HBO.
All right, we got to figure that out.
Season 3 just came out too.
That came out as well, but on the side of the Secret Invasion side, just to let you know, it's a spy show with Nick Fury finally coming back from space because we've known that he's been in space at the time. And pretty much what's going on is ever since Thanos, Nick Fury is literally like freaking out, and he's not the same Nick Fury, and he's furious. And the Skrulls are invading Earth, and pretty much we have no idea who's real and who's a Skrull. So it should be a very cool show. And Emily Clark, which is the main actress from Game of Thrones, she is in it as well, and everyone freaking loves her. So go out there, watch it, have some fun. And by the way, grab a brick, throw it at your friend that's in Web3 so that he can build, and come back to another episode of NerdFT Radio later this week.
Get a brick
or next week.
Sell it and buy some Bitcoin.
I still think you should throw it at your friend, pick it up, and then sell it. Then you're good. Peace. We'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.